I'm Associate Professor Andrew Mallett. I'm a consultant nephrologist at the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital, and I subspecialise in inherited kidney disease, and my major other role is in research and clinical delivery through the Queensland Conjoint Renal Genetics Service, as well as National Director of the KidGen Collaborative here at Australian Genomics. I use genomic testing in my practice in a few different ways. Some where really there's a strong emerging use are things like Alport syndrome and associated kidney conditions, tubular disorders, complement dysregulopathies, as well as the very common things even. Sometimes if one is trying to utilise a genetic test for a family or individual as part of their family planning, or things like living kidney donation or excluding a diagnosis sometimes as well, it can be very useful. It's a common scenario that many of the patients in whom we're ordering genomic tests aren't patients with straightforward, clean-cut diagnoses. Often these are patients with complex phenotypes, with complex concerns, complex questions. If there's no specific question that is being asked and is likely to be answered from this, then really it may not represent value. In terms of patients' experience around genomics and what it can offer to them, that's very individual and different depending on the question you're asking, but certainly it's a very precise answer. A very good example of this is around autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease, where as a very common condition, patients will often ask around their prognosis. And we've not really had great ways of being able to say that with any validation or surety, but in recent years, several groups overseas have come up with several prognostication scores, which about half of the points that are required to generate those scores comes from genomic information about the cause of the condition. That kind of information for patients helps them make all kinds of new decisions and adds a precision to what we do in both how we deploy different treatments, how we counsel people, how people plan their lives. In this age of not just genomics but molecular medicine, it actually helps our patients sometimes to understand pathobiologically this is what's going wrong, rather than just I woke up one day, I've got protein in my urine. Actually, there's a whole lot of steps in the middle which can, I think, be really helpful. And we recently had some commentary from some patients that had been very helpful for them. Challenges abound everywhere in the health system. A system as complex and varied, even within a single state, let alone across multiple jurisdictions, is going to be difficult to traverse. There are also lots of entrenched ideas, attitudes, hierarchies within the health system which make deployment of new, disruptive, even if optimal technologies like genomics somewhat difficult at times. We see that there's a whole new mindset, a whole new skill set that's required of us as clinicians, rather than seeing this as a challenge to the system as we have it at the moment and our own individual hierarchies and knowledge bases. It's actually a way for us to consider how we can do better